Tahquamenon Bridge serves as the gateway to the unspoiled natural beauty of the Upper Peninsula. Summer in the Upper Peninsula is a vacationer's dream come true as thousands of acres of wilderness, lakes, and forest provide fishing, swimming, camping, and a multitude of other outdoor activities.
Welcome back to AE Adventures as we take on our longest road trip to date at this point as we start in Pennsylvania and we head all the way out to the Pacific Northwest. First stop, Michigan. It's going to be a blast.
Hi, it's been a long couple days. Everybody's tired.
Hi, Fury. Yes, who's your kitty?
So we're on day 3 of our 37-day adventure, and we did an overnight at Cedar Point. We didn't really do much besides eat, and then we came out here to Michigan in the Upper Peninsula, where we're going to start actually enjoying and hiking. And this morning we're gonna go to, and I'm probably gonna butcher this, but it's Tahquamenon Falls? I'm sure I butchered that. But we're going to do that this morning. And then later tonight, we might jump around and do some different things. But we're definitely going to do a cruise and see the fireworks and go out on a boat for the Painted Rocks.
4th of July.
And it is the 4th of July. So we're going to celebrate 4th of July a little bit.
I got my water and to get water.
Yeah.
Chase the bears away.
One back here.
Don't fall.
All right, Marley, slow down, slow down, slow down.
I'll do the 94.
Energy ball.
This is Tahquamenon Falls. We figured out how to say it. We asked someone who actually is from Michigan because that is not an easy word to say. Marley, what daddy get you? What type of blankie is it? A dino blankie. What goes on your head? Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Like my elevator.
Yeah.
It put my on my head.
Yeah.
A dino.
quite the,
But we need
Fine.
our bells, Daddy.
They're good, they're good.
Yeah, roll it.
How you like your new backpack?
Yeah.
So you can rent these boats out for $25 a day. I'm not going in the river.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look at her go. Tegan figured out how to ride her big girl bike without training wheels all by herself at this campground. And then she rode the whole rest of the trip.
there you go, now scooter.
Mommy, I want down. I want down, Mommy.
I know you want down, but then you're gonna get covered in sand. And you have sneakers, because Mommy wasn't prepared.
Almost.
There you go. Come on, Daddy.
It's chilly. Did you get it?
Was it cold?
Go!
Did you get it, Marley? Cold water.
Was it cold? You didn't touch it? Oh, yes you did. I mean, she said she liked it. What are you doing?
She's trying to get a stone.
Here, you want stone?
Mommy, too?
That was Grand Maria. It was just like a nice little like inlet beach area.
That was really cool. Had a pier.
Had a pier. It'd be a nice place to go dip your toes in, find some rocks.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Daddy?
Painted rocks.
It's Grand Sable.
But it's the Grand Sable Visitor Center that we just passed. You like it? Hold it.
Feel really good.
It's a really good picture.
It's not a good picture.
Yep, just be careful because somebody's tired. You don't want to drop the camera.
Let's put it around your wrist.
This is cool. I need to touch.
This is Miner's Castle.
So I was telling Mel, I've seen kids climbing out here before.
Coming from?
Awesome.
There you go.
Consider this your warning. We're about to get on this cruise through the Painted Rock region, and it was super cool, and we're going to geek out for the next long time. So if you don't want to hear a lot of information about the Painted Rocks, then I'd skip ahead to the fireworks. If not, enjoy.
As we pass the large green navigational buoy, leaving the safe waters of Munising Bay, we've entered Lake Superior proper. The interesting rock formation we're approaching is Miners Castle. You can drive out here, head out on the main road on H58, 8 miles north on Miners Castle Road, and you come in a big parking lot right behind Miners Castle. Front tower is about 65 feet in height. There used to be another one to the north, fell off April 13th, 2007. Little caves at the bottom going about 10 to 15 feet. One cave that goes 45 feet all the way through the base of the castle. Can swim in the front side, crawl in a hole on the top above the surface of the water.
I'll do it. Can I do it, Drew? Oh man,
Small little waterfall here is Bridalveil Falls. Again, just fed by runoff water from the rains we've had a a lot of rain the last 2 weeks. So rare sighting to see these little runoff waterfalls in the summer. Usually just flow in the spring of the year. Had so much rain. I've been coming to the UP for the last 36 years. These two little spigots at the top of the Painted Cove. Never seen before in my life. If you look at them real closely, the water's not running off the top of the cliff. Like being forced right through the face of the cliff. It's like somebody left the water running. It's what pushes out those minerals. They oxidize, run down the face of the cliff. Remember your colors, the reds, browns, oranges are oxidized iron. Black is oxidized manganese. Blues and greens are oxidized copper. And the white is lime. Small little caves we're approaching are the caves of all colors. Imagine waves 20 feet high come crashing in there. Pressurizing those little caves, they shoot out like cannons. Water will spray way up in the air, and the wind will catch it, throw it up on top of the cliff. See what appear to be shrubs up there on top of the cliff? Just stunted trees, stunted by the weight of the ice in the winter. Can easily be 2 to 3 foot of ice up there in the middle of the winter. Lovely archway we're approaching. It's Lover's Leap. I wouldn't jump off of that no matter how much I was in love. Water depth below it is 2 feet. People have told me they've seen things like Indians on horseback, sailboats, farm scenes, city scenes, even famous faces. A man earlier today told me he thought he saw Dwayne Johnson. Been out here on the boats a long time, work a lot of hours, don't keep up with pop culture, I had no idea what he's talking about. Large rock in front of us is Battleship Rock. Hidden behind it is what we call Battleship Row. Gonna swing the bow of the boat to the left here in just a second. See if you can use your imagination, pick out what appears to be the stern ends of 7 ships lined up directly behind Battleship Rock. Well, there's the beach, and here they come now, Battleship Row.
Oh, that's really cool.
I know people really like sticking the bow of the boat into Chapel Cove, so I guess gonna take a little time here. Probably worth it. I'm gonna poke the bow into Chapel Cove for you. Plus, I've always wanted to try this. We got about 15 feet of water below us. Boat only drafts about 3.5, so we're quite safe in here.
Yeah.
As we scoot on past it, check out the roots hanging off the backside back to the mainland. It's how that tree lives on. That's beautiful little 35-foot waterfall is Spray Falls. Spray Creek supplies water year-round. Winter, freezes solid, ice column, and water goes down through the center of it. But despite its beauty, it's the location of one of the worst maritime disasters on Lake Superior. Ironically, sidewheel passenger vessel named the Superior crashed below the falls in 1856. It's believed that all hands on board were lost. Well, the rocks go down for another mile. They diminish, dead end into 12 Mile Beach. Land you can see furthest in the distance as we turn is Ensemble Point. Well, if you hike there and climb the lighthouse, look out the northeast window, you can see all the way to the Grand Sable Dunes. Well, I've told you about everything you know about Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore on the way out. On the way back, sit back, enjoy the scenery. We will be into the rocks just as close on the way back in as we were on the way out. But like I said, the light's going to slowly diminish on our way back in. So you're certainly welcome to switch sides of the boat if you'd like. Welcome to come underneath and then go back up for the fireworks.
10:10. Still light out.
I made a mistake. I tore the siding off, or the trim off of the brand new camper because we had our dinner trays sitting on the couch here and they got stuck behind the slide, and luckily they weren't stuck behind the slide completely. They were just stuck behind the trim, and it busted the whole trim off, luckily in one piece, so we can get it fixed up pretty easily with some finishing nails and some paint.
He did such a good job. All it took was some finishing nails and a saw to cut out the old ones, so it worked. Lesson learned. We're gonna move the trays.
So we finished up our last night here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and tomorrow we head out to
Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin.
And we had a great time here. We did some really awesome things. We did some things that didn't quite turn out like we expected, but I'll let you talk about the, yeah.
So I think the best thing that we did was we did one of the Lake Superior cruises, and we were here on 4th of July, so we did the 4th of July fireworks, sunset and fireworks cruise. And so we went all up and down Lake Superior through the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore.
Yep.
And seeing them from the water was absolutely spectacular. That was amazing. It was so cool. Cold as well. It was freezing.
And we did some hikes and stuff, just really, yeah, not really hikes, walks through the parking lot. But they were cool.
Yeah.
Being on the water level is a whole different level. That was stunning.
It was worth the money.
Yeah, pay the money,
Mm-hmm.
do the cruise.
It was worth it.
You can't beat that view, I don't think
No.
so. And the sunset cruise and then the fireworks afterwards were just
It was
perfect. Awesome. So highly suggest that.
Yes.
We bounced around to some other places. Looked at some different falls and stuff.
Yeah, they were pretty.
They were pretty. Yep, they were good. They were fun. We also did Big Spring, also known as Kitchitikipi.
Kitty-iti-kipi, maybe? Something.
We can't say, but Big Spring. It translates to Big Spring,
Mm-hmm.
and
That was today.
it would have been great if we could have went, I think, right away in the morning and not had the issue of way too many people on July 4th weekend.
Yeah, there's probably 200 people in line in front of us, and it poured all morning, and we got in from the fireworks cruise. We got back at like 12:45 in the morning, so we were tired, so we slept in, and we drove an hour and 20 minutes to get to Big Springs, and
then we waited an hour to get on the little raft thing they had.
Which the boat was cool.
It was really cool.
The springs were stunning. Had we not done the springs in Florida last year, we might have been more impressed. I also was kind of sad that you couldn't really see the spring unless you were on the boat. There was a little viewing area, but it wasn't, I don't know. So it was really pretty, but it was a lot of waiting.
I'm not sure what I expected. I think I would have been okay without so much waiting, and the girls would have been better without so much waiting, but that definitely, I think, took it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was just so crowded.
Yeah, I think for me it was the crowds. Like, we got there and I literally was like, I don't want to wait in line.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, we're waiting in line. We drove an hour and 20 minutes to get here, and I was like, run.
Yeah, so we did it, and it was very nice. The only thing I really didn't like about it too is you couldn't get a good view of the springs just from the observation area. You had to be on that boat to really appreciate the spring itself. So if you ever do that, go early.
Yeah, get there early. Don't go on a holiday weekend or weekend probably. And once you're on the boat, it was gorgeous. Mm-hmm. But that was just hard. But
the new camper is going well. We'll have to give a tour of that when it's not completely in shambles.
Our vacuum broke.
Yeah, we gotta get a new vacuum.
We're gonna hit up Wally World tomorrow.
And we fixed the trim, which is nice, because we had a little accident. And there's always something that's gonna go wrong.
Oh yeah.
Al and Jeff lost their black and gray tank knobs for the pool house along the way. So I'm sure there'll be other stuff that comes up, but nothing major so far, that we can't handle. So we'll take that. And had a fun little excursion with a tarp that decided to shred itself, and we had to pull over and take care of that.
Off of I-90.
So we're hoping for a very quiet next 2 days of traveling.
You better find some wood to knock on.
We got plenty of wood in this
place. There's plywood in there somewhere.
Yeah, we got plenty of fake wood. But yeah, we're hoping the next 2 days are uneventful travel days, because it's been an interesting start to the trip.
The cats have been awesome. The girls have been great traveling.
Mm-hmm. And the girls handled staying up last night till 1 o'clock. Amazing.
Marley fell asleep 8 minutes into the fireworks, which she was super excited to see the big ones, so I'm glad she got to see them.
But definitely a must stop.
Yeah, totally worth it.
Thank you for watching. In our next episode, we will adventure through Wisconsin as well as some other states on our way to Theodore Roosevelt National Park in Medora, North Dakota. It's going to be fun. Might get a little bumpy. We'll see.
You'll want to come back again and again. Visitors to the Upper Peninsula in the summer find the only thing better than our beautiful weather is the warm Upper Peninsula hospitality.